Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to operate and drill holes with a standard drill press. The drill press is a versatile machine that allows the user to make perfectly vertical or 90-degree holes to a certain depth. It's also more powerful than a typical handheld drill and allows the user to make larger, more precise holes. Before we get started, always make sure to follow all safety protocols, wear safety glasses, avoid bulky clothing, and loose jewelry.
So let's first learn about the parts and features that make up a drill press. So here we have the chuck, here we have the chuck jaws, okay, and then right here we have what's called the chuck key, which we use to tighten the chuck, okay, and then we have the table, the base, the column, and the head. And when you're using the drill press, you always want to make sure you use the correct RPM speed. You can find tables like this online and they're very handy to use. The one that you really want to be concerned with here are the twist drill bits, which you'll use most of the time. All right, so here's the different drill bit sizes, and basically here's your different materials and the recommended RPM speeds. All right, so that's very handy and useful. And to adjust RPM speed, it may be necessary to move the pulleys and belts here to some different configurations. And please keep in mind that different machines will have different configurations, and some drill presses are even gear driven.
So before we drill a hole, you always want to make sure you have a vise clamp or some sort of fixture in place to hold the workpiece of material. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and loosen the chuck here, which will open up the jaws. Once that's done, go ahead and insert your twist drill bit into the jaws. Turn the chuck the opposite direction to go ahead and tighten it. Grab your drill chuck key here, insert it into the hole, turn it clockwise to secure your drill bit. Now grab your workpiece of material, then measure and mark out the location of the hole. Then grab a center punch and a hammer. Take your center punch, place it directly above your mark, and strike it with your hammer. Go ahead and place your workpiece of material into the vise. Okay, it may be necessary to move or adjust your workpiece. Okay, to get it in position, go ahead and lower your drill bit down. Okay, move your workpiece so that it's in position right where you want it. Go ahead and tighten the vise once you have it exactly where you want it. And it may be necessary to move your vise or fixture around. So loosen the bolts and move the vise on the table so you have it exactly where you want it. Also, you may need to move the table down or up depending upon the size of your workpiece. In some cases, it may be necessary to drill a hole to a certain depth. In this case, you're going to want to use the depth gauge to do that. In this case, I want to drill a hole that's 1 inch deep. So to do this, go ahead and lower the drill down to the surface of the workpiece material. Take note of the depth gauge location here. Okay, so I want to make a 1 inch hole. I'm going to go ahead and lower my stop collar down so that it sits 1 inch above this location here. Looks good. When you're ready, go ahead and turn the machine on. We want to go ahead and set the RPMs now to 2,500. Check the drill bit. Make sure it is not wobbling or off center. If it's wobbling, even slightly wobbling off center, immediately stop the machine and replace the bit. When drilling metals, you always want to apply some machining oil at the side of your hole. Go ahead and use the handle and lower the drill bit into the workpiece. As you drill down, use a pecking motion. In other words, back your drill out to allow for better chip evacuation. This will help prevent clogging. Repeat this process until you have reached your desired depth. Okay? Notice our stop collars right here. We've reached 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and lift the drill all the way out. I'm going to go ahead and stop the machine. All right, that'll do it for this video. I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.